Hello YouTube, it's Tony. So today I'll be showing you a low-level Barrows guide for 2018. Anyways, this is going to be geared towards Ironman players. For requirements, I do at least suggest you have 60 magic. Now this is around the time when I first started doing Barrows. The reason I suggest magic is because 4 of the Barrows brothers actually use melee. Now I also highly suggest you've completed the Branches of Darkmire quests. The main reward for this is that it gives you a drakan's medallion, which comes with a Barrows direct teleport, as well as a free tier 70 staff. I know a lot of you low-level Ironmen who are doing your daily Reaper task probably won't have access to this. Yeah, I don't really blame you for this, because the quests do have several requirements itself. Alright, so here's my gear setup. I, at the very least, would get a Gothic staff. I also have the full lunar armor, and that is best for low-level power armor. So then I have the God Cape. Now the Ring of Kinship is also going to be helpful because this is a low-level emergency bank teleport. You can otherwise bring a Ring of Wealth instead, but I don't have a Ring of Wealth at the time of this recording. Then finally, I would suggest you bring Ectoplasmator, but I mean it is pretty optional. So what ends up happening is you get prayer XP for killing Barrows. Here's my inventory setup. I'll start off with air runes, and you're going to use your highest tier air spell. Despite the Barrows brothers' individual weaknesses, I don't actually need to bring all 4 elements here. You can also bring nature runes as well, and it's actually really helpful. You know, basically it's for binding the Barrows brothers. Finally, just fill the rest of your inventory with food. For those who don't know already, the Barrows location is in Mauritania, and more specifically east of Morton. You can get there as a direct teleport with Drakan's Medallion, but otherwise if you don't have that, that's fine. Just use the Canifis Lodestone, then run south, and you're going to climb the trapdoor south of the bar, right? Well, after that, you're going to search the wall, then exit the wooden doors to your south. Now you see a tree to your south, you're just going to climb it as well, and then you're going to keep going south until you see a boat. You should pretty much know the steps just by doing the Meyerkiel quests. When you're in Morton town, you're going to go directly east and you'll arrive in Barrows. So now I'm going to explain the mechanics of Barrows. Now it is very simple once you get the idea, as there aren't any complex combat mechanics. There are 6 regular Barrows brothers in total. For every Barrows brother, there's a grave to dig, right? Well, after you enter, you're going to open the tombstone and it will finally spawn. On the middle bottom of the screen, it'll then keep track of which Barrows brothers you killed. So there are 6 tombs in total, but unfortunately only 5 of them will spawn a Barrows brother, and 1 of them has a hidden tunnel. This is random every time the chest is looted. When you enter the tunnels, you will sometimes stumble across any Barrows brother that you didn't kill. Along the way, you will see certain doors that have an open option. It is hard to explain, but there is really only one path to get there. If you're trying to look for the Barrows chest, well, it's right in the middle of the tunnels, and there's only one door that opens to that. When you reach the door just before the chest, you must solve a puzzle. Now, I didn't bother memorizing all of them, so if there are some of the ones that you don't understand, then just simply close the interface and it will finally reroll the question. If, however, you do get the answer wrong, then what ends up happening is the openable doors will shuffle, meaning that you'll have to walk all the way around. So now you can finally loot the chest, and it will automatically spawn a Barrows brother that you haven't killed yet. You're going to go ahead and kill it, of course, and it will finally add the loot to its chest. Once you've looted the chest, the tunnel will start shaking, and you will occasionally take some small amounts of damage. Finally, you're going to find the room to the exit, and yeah, the Barrows brothers will just reset the spawn, and you can pretty much repeat the same process. I just explained the basic mechanics, so I'm going to dive deeply into the strategy. Some of the stuff I may have repeated before, but I'm just going to expand on the points anyways. For the melee Barrows brothers, you're simply going to use snare from your action bar or your magic book at the start of every kill. This will cost 2 nature runes each, and it will stop them from moving for 18 seconds. It should pretty much give you enough time to kill them, and yes, it is definitely a lot easier than kiting them. Like, it really saves you a lot of food doing this, so I highly suggest you bring a lot of nature runes here. For the range and mage brothers, well, unfortunately you don't have a choice, because binding them does not stop them from attacking you, unfortunately. I would say you should consider using a Gothic staff special attack in order to lower their defense. Overall though, I am just using a simple Revolution++ rotation, as you don't really need any special abilities here. However, between kills, you can try to use the regenerate ability. The other thing to consider is that you don't want to go into the tunnel until you killed 5 of the 6 Barrows brothers. Now, if you don't do that, then you'll have to look all over the tunnels for each and every Barrows brother you haven't killed. Anyways, when you enter the tunnel, of course, you're gonna find the room to the chest, which I already explained earlier. Once again, just click the chest once to open. Now, you don't want to loot the chest yet, and don't loot, okay? So, because it guarantees the last Barrows brother to spawn, you're gonna kill it first, and finally click the chest one more time. Now you're gonna take the loot from the chest, and make your way out of the tunnels. Of course, the other easier option is just use Drakan's medallion and teleport to Barrows. In terms of banking, for those without Drakan's medallion, there is a bank in Bergdarat. Now, I believe using this setup, you should be able to restock food every 3 to 5 kills. To conclude this, like I said a million times, I highly recommend you have Drakan's medallion just before you do the consistent Barrows runs. I also do have a full footage of me doing the Barrows run, and I'll leave that link in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I'll definitely be doing more guides in the future.